This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With that, we're off to Pittsburgh for the home opener. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like two losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they can be well set up for the rest of the year.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Set, 3-19.
To throw on second down, Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Here we go. 3-19.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields going for the deep ball. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Well, look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Now let's go.
From the gun, Fields. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Let's go! 3-19!
And they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On 3rd down, it's Armstrong. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And his kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
On 1st and 10, Murray over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 70 yards.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
To throw on second down. Murray throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green.
On first down, Murray looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Barry. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. We take a glance now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball for Pittsburgh. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go now.
Operating from the gun, Murray firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 3rd down, Murray. Hard throw. Incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Throwing on first down, Fields. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Murray. Incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Green 39! Green 39!
Off play action. Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Let's go!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Here we go now.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play actions.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And on the ground they go with a running back. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Set. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
And the Browns getting set to go. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here's Murray. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass. in order to get his team back moving forward.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on first down. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Off the play fake. Fields. Now he steps away. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 3rd down.
So a false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
From the gun, Fields. Looking long for Thomas. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On first down, Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now
throwing on first down. Murray. And a quick throw here. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a handoff looking right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season.
All right, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Murray now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps it in the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Set, 3-19.
On 3rd down, Murray. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. That's what they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff. Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Man over the middle, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On 1st down, Fields. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. The Ravens locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are out in front in that one. The Jets looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that one, all tied. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. To throw on 3rd down. Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, Great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Operating from the gun, Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the Browns add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Fields. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Set. Green 39. Green.
To throw on 2nd down. Murray. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Murray fighting, lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it 24-13. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Murray. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Fields. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Forced out to his left and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive. On 1st and 10, Murray. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Murray. They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
All right, here we go.
Throwing again. Murray. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
From the gun, Murray. Muscling free near the 40. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 30 yards there. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught at the 10. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
To throw on second down. Fields. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a third and goal situation. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun on third down, Fields. steps away to his left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
All right, here we go. Green 30.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
To throw again, Murray. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Operating from the gun. Fields. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down. Fields. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. So a 1st down screen pass, good for 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurry up, here we go. Please.
On 1st and 10, Fields going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Fields. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, Fields. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw on 2nd down, Fields. And this is caught at the 8. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the gun, Fields. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll run it here. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Now let's go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The Browns on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
All right, here we go.
Now they try the right side here. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Browns add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to play.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And give them a gain of 37. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
Hurry up, here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Off play action. Fields. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
On 4th down, Fields. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them. and continue to get better at what they do, but they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Cleveland, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.